Hi, I'm Kendra Thompson. I apologize for not being there today. My parents actually surprised my brother and I with a cruise for graduating here soon. So that's where I'm going to be today. But I appreciate you taking the time to listen to my presentation and providing feedback. So this is the Hurd Community Center. It is located within Duluth, Minnesota, specifically within Hartley Park, which has an abundance of wildlife, a pond, a bunch of hiking trails. So you can see kind of the outline here. And then this is the area for the building. And in terms of the programmatic concept statement, this is a third place within the community where people are invited to gather, learn, move, and connect in a space that feels inclusive and comfortable and inviting. There's a wide variety of programs offered here with spaces that are flexible, multifunctional, and there is a drive to promote connection and intergenerational engagement amongst community members. The feeling of the space is meant to reflect the region and history and take advantage of natural light and views of the exterior. Here are some of my sustainability and wellness goals from the International Well Building Institute. Just a few that I'll touch on, one of them being nature in place. So, supporting occupant well being by incorporating the natural environment, celebrating the project's unique identity, thinking about the circulation network, so encouraging the use of stairs through aesthetic design. And then aesthetic goals, one of those is the color palette. So that's being derived from the starling bird, which I will talk about in a little bit. And then materials, the use of natural materials when possible to draw back to the site location and promote wellness. So here is my branding and design concept. I am calling my design concept Better Together, and it's inspired by animal social structures, specifically murmuration. And if you don't know what murmuration is, it is starling birds. That they move together in this pattern, kind of this sweeping pattern through the sky to protect themselves against predators. But in doing that, they create almost this art form. So it's like this metaphor for being better together or working together to create this art form, just like that of a community. And so that's where my design concept is. And the name is based on that too. So it's called Hurd Community Center, Hurd being a an animal social structure. It's a migration of a large group of animals, and but a herd also meaning like understood, listened to, and seen. So this is a place for all to feel that way and feel welcomed. And then the logo is derived from that starling bird specifically, and it's in this almost like sweeping, curving element like that of murmuration. And you'll see that design element throughout the space. And it's also meant to feel like a contour drawing, like an art piece in a sense, just like birds create this art form of murmuration. So do communities. Communities can create this art form when we work together. So here's my inspiration board. You can see light, bright, welcoming. I'd love to incorporate wood cladding to feel as though you're amongst the trees because we are in Hartley Park. I'd love to incorporate a mural or something to draw back to the concept along the stairways or stairway. And here's my mood board, drawing back to that color palette from the starling birds. And you can see kind of those sweeping curves happening not only with murmuration, but in like schools of fish and other animal packs. And then just this feeling of lightness with the sunset. And you'll see also the use of some Native American inspired prints to draw back to the history of the site. Here are my bubble diagrams. Main thing here is that centrally we've got our community-based spaces with every other space kind of being an extension off of that. So the classrooms, offices, multi-purpose space, lobby area. And then my zoning diagrams. So like seen before, those community-based spaces are central here. You come in from this side, the lobby area, and then community-based spaces, like I said, off of that, we've got our multi-purpose space, classrooms, offices, and that's the first floor. And then on the second floor, some more community-based spaces, classrooms, and then our multi-purpose room along the edge. So diving into the floor plan a little bit more, as you enter the space, you're greeted with a reception desk and a program desk for different types of program offerings, but also for membership. And then flanking this space is bathrooms, both a larger bathroom setting and then a gender neutral setting bathrooms on either side, and then there's a mother's room attached to that. As you come into the space, we've got our custodial, IT, electrical area, exit stair, multi-purpose space with its own entrance and exit. So if it wanted to be rented out by the community, that's possible. It's attached to the commercial kitchen that can be utilized for that space, but also utilized for the cafe area. And then we've got cafe seating kind of central here, spaces for informal connection. You'll kind of see those throughout the space. And then our stairway up to the second floor. Along the edge here, we've got our classrooms, a teaching kitchen, maker space, nature-based classroom that's connected to a nature-based storage space. So this can be utilized by that classroom, but also can be things can be rented out by the community, like snowshoes or other like hiking-based outdoor activities materials. And then we've got our offices, so a meeting space, workstations, 4 separate offices here, and then a break room / office supply room. And one thing that was in discussion is that this space could be enclosed to prevent community members coming into that space. So that is in the works. And then in terms of furnishings, a lot of it is just promoting flexibility for the different program offerings. Here's the second floor. And so as you come up the stairs, we've got more connection area here. And so lots of informal seating. I did try to designate kind of zones for this. So we've got like a teen zone over here, a computer zone here. Centrally, we've got a walking track for the community, and then center is open to below. So it's kind of looking over that courtyard area. Here's kind of an observation deck over the cafe area. Multi-purpose room has 2 stories. Mechanical, again, bathrooms, open to below, looking into the lobby space. In terms of the bathroom area, we've got changing rooms on this floor because we have a dance / yoga studio up here. So that can be utilized for that. And then some flexible classrooms on this edge. Here is an elevation view. You can see how the stairs is connecting the second floor. I'd love to do some sort of mural along this edge to encourage the use of the stairs. You can see the walking track, the connection area beyond that, and then to kind of delineate or designate these spaces, that because it's such a large space, I added these pergola-like structures to kind of give it a zoned area. And then here's the courtyard down below. Quick look at RCP, some light fixtures that I am currently looking at to bring into the space based on the design concept. Generally, I love to use motion sensor lighting in the classroom. I'm thinking about using Lutron circadian lighting throughout because there's so much natural light coming into the space. I'd love for the lighting to promote and work with that natural light. And then on the second floor here, you see the use of a skylight with cove lighting around that. You can see some different ceiling planes, or this is like those pergola-like ceiling planes. And then I'm also thinking about architectural features as well. So I'd love to use like a post and beam type feature in the multi-purpose room to draw back to Duluth logging and such. So, and then finally, we've got our material palette and things to pull out of here. I'd love to pull some of those Native American inspired prints to draw on the history, like I mentioned before, our use of glass, transparent materials to really let light flood through the space, use of materials that feel like art forms. Maybe local artists come and create murals, really to draw on that sense that a community is an art form, murmuration is an art form, and then thinking about wood cladding throughout. So that is the Herd Community Center. Thank you so much for listening and providing feedback.